writing craft. We're going to talk today about your author platform. It's just so important to supporting your writing life and your novels. All right. So first I want to thank my patrons on Patreon for their continued support. And if you would like to support this series and my writing, there's a link in the description below to Patreon. I'd love to see you on the other side. There's lots of special goodies just for patrons. All right, so it's never too early to start your author platform. And one of the reasons is your author platform is everything about you as an author, and it's going to take you some time and some work. So the sooner you start it, the better equipped you'll be when your novel is finished. In the world of publishing, you as an author become a brand. It's a brand. It's like Nike or Coca-Cola, that you as an author, whatever you're writing, your author name is, whether it's your own name or your pen name, that is your author brand, all right? And you become a business, and it's your author business, and you need to enter with a business mindset. It's very, very different than all that creative juice you use writing your stories. So to promote your author brand, you need a place to do that, and that's your author platform. And I'm going to go through the very, very basics of creating that author platform today. So first I want to deal with a misconception for new writers, and that is if you're starting a new novel and you think your fabulous, creative, innovative, engaging, exciting story will sell itself because it's so cool, you're just dead wrong. It won't sell itself, and you may dream of people reading your book and sharing their enjoyment with others, but before that happens, readers need to know about your novel. And the best way to get started letting others know about your novel is through your author platform. Your book will compete with thousands of other books, thousands. And you need to entice and win your readers to select your book out of the thousands of books that are out there. And if you write in a popular genre, you need to differentiate your story from your competitors. And your author platform is the way you connect with your readers and fans. And you provide them information about you, the author, and your books. And you do that on your platform. So let's talk about why now. Why start your author platform when your story isn't even finished yet? Well, okay. First, if you wait until your novel is completed, or even later until it's published, you miss the chance to connect not only with readers, but with people in the publishing world. Agents want to see your platform before they represent your book, so you need to have it ready. And many agents will not accept a book unless you have a platform designed and in place. So there's one good reason right there. And don't forget, in today's publishing world, you co-promote your book with the publisher. And the reason the agent wants to see your author platform is that publishers, for whom they're representing your book, want to know you put energy into promoting your book, or later on your books. And it's just as important if you are self-publishing, because you will spend time weekly, if not daily, promoting your work. And you need that platform. You need that one place that represents you as an author. And so creating Your author marketing platform takes time. You're not going to do it in a day, and it's highly unlikely that you will do it even within a week. So starting early helps you get all the pieces of your platform in place. And as you grow in experience with your platform, you'll tweak it and tweak it again to create the most concise and enticing connection readers can have with you, the author. So, how do you start that author platform? The best way to start is with you, the author. You'll need several author bios to distribute and a professional portrait. These bios will go on your website, on social media, press releases, and digital publishing author pages like Amazon and Nook and iBooks, and inside your book, and on your dust jacket of your paper-bound books. And you'll need them handy whenever you promote yourself and your books. So that representation of you, your author bio, and your portrait, it's a great foundation to begin. So first you want your bio and your author professional photos. Then you want a book description of your book. You probably revise this many times, but as you're writing your novel, start it now. Start that book description. Pretend you're writing the blurb for the back cover of the book and just get going. Your book description is not a synopsis of the story. You want targeted readers of your genre, and for us that's mystery writers, to want to buy your book and read it. Zombie apocalypse readers aren't going to read your book. There's no reason to even try to reach them. All right? And sweet romance readers probably won't read your book. So you want to focus on, in your description, you want to focus on the main character of your story and their challenge, what it is that they must face within your story. So, and you also want to load your book description with emotional phrases that entice readers to buy your book. And so your book description is a very important sales tool. There's many places where you can find help about writing that description. It's very, very important to marketing your book. Okay, and your author bios that I mentioned earlier, you'll need at least 3. You need 3, a minimum of 3 author bios, and that's because you use them in different places. And as you're getting started, you'll find you're going to edit these bios, but just get started writing them, and that right now. So first of all, you want a very short one, 25 to 30 words, to post at the end of articles or on social media, any place where they don't allow a long description. Then you want to write 2 more. One is about 100 words, and the other is about 300 words. If you hire a publicist or do your own publicity, you may even want an even longer one, 1,000-word biography. So while you rewrite these many times, you want to start with these biographies now. Okay, and the next thing is a professional photo image of you. And you want to use the same 1 or possibly 2 images across your entire author platform. So wherever somebody sees that image, they go, oh, I saw that over there, like on Twitter or Facebook, or and later on the back cover of your book, or on your author page on Amazon. So make sure those photos are all the same, because it helps readers identify you as the author. Um, you can create a formal portrait of yourself in both color and black and white, because depending on where it's used, you want a version of each. You can take a photo of yourself with a plain background or hire a professional photographer. It just depends on your budget. And also, many times at writer and author conferences, there's a professional photographer who will do professional photos for you right there. The main idea is to have no distractions in your photo other than yourself. All right, so no pets, no backgrounds of the woods or anything you want, a plain background so the image itself presents your face. All right. And then the next thing you want is, I know this sounds crazy, you're still writing your novel, but you want a cover image for your book. Because the book cover and the book description are the two key elements in book sales. You may think it's too early to create a cover image when you're just starting your story, but it's going to be part of your promotion and a major part of your author platform. So even before the book is out, you can entice readers to get excited about your book just with the cover. And you want this cover image for your website and any promotions that you do. My recommendation is to try and do your book cover yourself. If you're on a limited budget, allocate a very large portion of your budget to your book cover. It is one of your book's strongest selling elements. So hiring a professional book cover designer, really gives your book a strong visual image as it's out there competing with all those thousands of other books. You can get pre-made covers where you just fill in your name as the author and the title of the book, and those can cost as little as $25 to $50. High-end professionals will charge around $500 plus or minus. So another thing is, as you're starting your book, you want to think about the budget for your book cover and put aside as much money as possible as you can afford to spend on your cover, because don't skimp. Save your pennies to get the best book cover designer you can afford. This is one reason to start early. You'll spend time finding the right designer for your book at a price that you're willing to pay. Okay, the next thing that you need as part of your author platform is some kind of free giveaway, and you're going to give this to people who subscribe to your email list. I'm going to get to that in a minute. You want some kind of background for the story. It could be a character description. It could be a very short story with the main character to kind of introduce your readers to your character. It can be a background for a theme of your story. It could be a biography of your main character. You can use your imagination to create something special for your followers, and this is your gift to them. It's your reward for following you. All right, and we're going to talk about following you in just a minute. And then you want to have your home base, I call it, and that is your author website. It is your home base. If Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or your publisher go out of business, you'll still own your website. So you can use a free website services like WordPress.com or WP Sites to get started, or you can go a step up with a paid service like Squarespace, or if you have time and resources, you can become more involved with a self-hosted website like WordPress. WordPress.org, and you'll need a hosting service, you'll need a theme. That's why I say it's much more involved. So you can get started with a simple website and then later on redo your website or make it more extensive. But for now, create your website, because this is where you're going to be posting things about your author life to create interest in this book you're writing. And then one more thing about the website: if you have a large budget, you can hire a website designer to create the site for you. Just one caveat with that: if you hire somebody, make sure that you can go in and add or change text. Or for instance, if you're going to be writing blog posts, you want to be able to do that without having to hire that website designer to make a change to your website every time you want to add something new. So just make sure that if you hire a website designer, you will have access to updates. All right. And then I wanted to review a few basic pages for your website. You want an introduction to you as an author, and this has that bio and some words about why you're writing this book. All right. And then a page just for the book. So give potential readers a taste of the book with the book description that you've written, possibly a short excerpt or the first chapter. And once your book is published, you will add links to where readers can buy your book. And then I strongly suggest a blog page. Most free and paid website services include a blog service, so you can update this with articles regularly, at least once a month, if not more, and you're keeping those potential those readers for your new book up to date with what's going on in your writing life. Because this is part of the key to continuously, constantly communicate with your readers. Okay, and email. This is the way you stay in touch with your readers. So however much you may like social media, like Facebook, and you personally hate that full overflowing email inbox, email is the number one way to stay in touch with your readers. So believe me, email is not dead, and you'll communicate in a personal way and respond to questions from your readers, and this heightens their engagement with you and your book. So set up your email functionality now while you're writing your book, and even if the first subscribers are your mom and your best friend, you want to have that email set up. I call it getting the basket ready. So you want to have everything constructed so that as you get more readers, everything is in place to just do that automatically. All right. There are several email services called autoresponders that provide email list services. And to begin, as you're just starting out, there are several that have free service up to, say, a certain number of subscribers, depending on the provider. It could be 500, it could be 1,000. I know right now that seems like a lot of people on your list, but just take advantage of it, use the free service, and get started creating your email world for you as a writer. And then create your invitation to join the list, and most email service providers have a way to create what's called a landing page where people can go and sign up to be on your email list. And this is also where you can promote that free giveaway that you created as a gift for them to subscribe to your email list. And then you want to create a friendly email sequence, all right? So create a sequence of emails to go to people who join your list. So you want more than one. It's not going to be just, hey, thanks for joining my list. That's, So you want to write a sequence of welcoming emails for your autoresponder, because once you write them and you schedule them, all of this is going to happen automatically. That's the beauty of having an email service provider. So on the very first email on day one, you want to thank your new subscriber, introduce yourself and your book, and give them a link to that free giveaway that you created. And then 2 or 3 days after that, you want to send another email which says, did you get your download? If not, here's a link, so go grab it now. Something like that. You want to insert, once again, the link to your free download. Just keep this one short and sweet, because people get lost and sometimes they miss an email. So this is just a follow-up to make sure they're getting that free gift from you. All right, and then 3 days after that, you can just share a little bit about how or why you're writing this particular book, and also give them your social media connections. These are your author social media connections. And eventually you're going to add your Amazon author page on this third email, and your and a link to your website. All right, and invite your subscribers, your email subscribers, to follow you on whatever channels you post on this email. Then about a week later, see, you're not done yet. This is a whole sequence. Now they're kind of familiar, they're kind of plugged in, they have their free gift, and now you can tell them a little bit about you, make it a little more personal. You can tell them about what you do when you're not writing. You can talk about your pets or your hobbies. You might want to include a photo of something that you do in your life. And once again, you can put a little link to read your book once your book is published. So you can see you're going to set this up, but you're going to be revising these as you go. And then 1 week after that, it's now been a month since they've joined your email list. And you've been it's called dripping this information over a period of time with these automatic responders. And then one final thing is an invitation for free books forever from you by joining your beta reader list or advanced reader list. So set up a separate email. Now you're going to have another email list, all right, for them, and put the link to joining this special super fan reader list in this email, and set up your autoresponder for people who subscribe to your beta list readers. You want to thank them for their enthusiasm and tell them they'll be getting an advanced copy of your book before it's ever published. All right. So then one final step. Now you've got your website and your email system pretty much set up. And now you can think about your author newsletter. This is all part of your author platform. That's why I'm saying the earlier you get started, the better you'll have it all in place by the time you finish your story, because it is a lot of work. So now that you have subscribers to your email list, you can stay in touch with them. And you can write a note to them maybe once a month when you're getting started, and send it regularly. Explain to them you're going to be getting in touch once a month and just updating them on your progress on the book. And you're going to share some exciting something that you found in relationship to your story, and also any personal stuff that you'd like to share. When I say personal stuff, don't make it too personal. Just like, what I cooked that was special in the last month, or some news about your pet, or something like that. When I say personal, it's just something in your life that you are willing to make public, but not any private stuff. So you just want to send this. This is once a month, or whatever schedule you set up. Some people send more frequently than that. So you get your readers used to getting an email from you that's telling them all about your author life. Start your newsletter right away, even if it's just your mom and your best friend who are on your list, because this is going to get you into the habit of thinking about and creating that newsletter. Okay, I know this is really long. One more thing, when you set yourself up as an author on social media, at the beginning, I would pick one social media place to do most of your author promotion. It used to be a Facebook author page, which you can still do, but many authors are getting success on Instagram, and also most recently on TikTok. So at the beginning, as you're writing your story, pick one of those and talk about your author life, your story, in that social media platform, and just let the others rest for a minute. Otherwise, you're going to get overwhelmed. All right. Okay, so those are some of the basics, and then as you're setting all these things up, I want you to educate yourself about author marketing, because it is just so important. It's a skill set. It's a skill set like writing a novel is a skill set. Creating your marketing is a skill set. So read various author sites and get an idea of what other authors do. Take notes, test an action, see if it works for you, and then implement the actions that fit you and your book. So you're committing yourself to your business as an author, and say if you were in some other business, learning about marketing is like research and development. That's your R&D unit for your business as an author. The other main and important reason to do all of this, to set up your author platform and start your email and talk about your story on your social media, is it's going to train you. It's giving you the habit of sharing about your author life with your community. And as you keep doing this, your fan base is going to grow. All right. Because the skill you learn from setting up your author platform is the ability to manage writing and promotion. Right? You don't want to give up your writing in order to do the marketing. That's sort of self-defeating. But so you're going to learn how to manage your time. It doesn't matter how you manage it. You may have writing in the morning and social media, and author promotion in the afternoon, writing your author newsletter, all of that stuff. But you're going to learn the habit of doing both and switching from that creative hat to your business author hat. All right. Um, and you'll build your audience of readers long before your novel is published. That means that's great. You're going to have fans right from the very moment your book is published, and it's going to help kickstart your author career. So just remember, your author career is a business. You need to treat it like a business. You need to develop your business skills with your readers by communicating with them. So don't be afraid to learn as you go. That's why you want to start early, so you can try something, and if it doesn't quite work, you can make adjustments. And that's all part of the learning process. So starting early gives you time to fine-tune your personal author marketing process. All right. So one last note: if all these activities to set up your author platform seem like work, you're right. They are. And that's why I really suggest that you start as early as possible to create your author platform. Take it step by step. You don't have to do everything at once. Just get that whole system up and running, so by the time your novel is published, you have a fan base and you have a system for marketing your product, your book. All right. You'll be well positioned to have a very successful book launch when your book comes out. Okay, that's it. This was super long. Thanks for staying with me through all this. I really feel very strongly about new writers getting their author platform in place. If you have any questions, feel free to comment in the video below. It's really important to get started on the author platform marketing part of your business, because it's going to help you be a successful writer. All right, thanks for being with me, and don't forget, please subscribe and click that little notification bell so you'll know when the next episode of Write a Killer Mystery is there for you. Thanks.